And your life.
All right, this is take 4. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and explain why people get Aflac in the first place. And this is the way I had it explained to me the very first time. This is Bob. True story. He's one of our clients up in Olympia. He's 45 years old, has a wife and 3 kids, and he works for the Department of Corrections. And through the Department of Corrections, Bob gets Blue Cross as his major medical insurance. So he has major medical insurance. Now Bob is a hockey player in his spare time. In one of his hockey games, he broke his leg. It was a compound fracture, put him in the hospital for 5 days, required a surgery, but it knocked him out of work for 3 months. So a 3-month unpaid vacation for poor Bob here. But he has major medical insurance. So who does major medical insurance protect in this situation?
Well, Bob and his family. I mean, they're the one that has the coverage.
Okay, Bob's family, Bob's work. That's what I said the very first time I saw this. Most people will say it's there to protect Bob, Bob's family, Bob's work. Who does Blue Cross pay the money to in the end? Who gets paid because Bob broke his leg?
Well, the doctors and hospitals.
Exactly. The doctors and the hospitals. So the way we look at it, all insurance protects whoever it pays in the end. In this case, it's doctors and hospitals. With my life insurance, if I die, my wife and kids get the money. It's intended to protect them. If someone breaks their leg, Blue Cross pays 80% of the bill, and the person that breaks their leg pays the other 20% of the bill. But he just got knocked out of work for 3 months, and on top of all of this, he still has his house payment, his car payment. What other payments does he have?
Well, utilities, cell phone, gasoline, food, just the normal stuff that I mean everybody has.
Still has his
Kids.
kids, etc., etc. So all the normal bills that everybody has, he still has. And then he gets his doctor and hospital bills. So he gets deductibles, co-pays, medicine, crutches, follow-up visits. So his pile of bills just went up next month. His income went down to 0. And how much of that does major medical pay for?
Well, none.
Yep, none. So that's what we do. That's what Aflac does. Is we pay cash to the person that gets sick or injured to help cover the family expenses associated with the injury or the illness. Okay?
Yeah.
So here's how we pay. So that's a concept. Here's how we pay. If one of our clients seeks medical attention due to an accident, we give them a check for $120. Okay? They can be on the job, off the job. We're going to give them $120 for any accident. If any of their kids get into an accident, we're going to give the parents $120. So do you have kids?
I do.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2 of them, 2 boys.
2 boys. So if either of your boys, they jump off the trampoline, sprain their ankle, need stitches, things like that, we're going to send you $120. And then all the rest of these numbers are the same for adults or kids. But that's very important that people know that you can cover your whole family on Aflac. Okay?
Okay.
So in this case, Broken Bob, he got $1,000 for overnight stay in the hospital, $250 every day in the hospital, $1,000 for his broken leg, and then we paid him for follow-ups, physical therapy, transportation, crutches. So he ended up with $4,855 for breaking his leg. He also signed up for short-term disability, and that's what pays people by the day for missing work. He signed up for $1,500 a month. He missed 3 months of work, and so we gave him another $4,500 for his paycheck insurance. Okay, so a grand total of $9,355, which was enough money to help him pay his bills until he's back on his feet and back to work. Okay, so we ask people this all the time: where would you get the money if something like that happened to you? Do people have that money in their savings account? Do they have a rich uncle they can go to borrow the money from? Most people can't go to their moms, dads, brothers, and sisters because they're busy taking care of their own family. They can't take care of somebody else's family. And then they go to the bank, and the bank says, I'm not going to loan anybody money that's not working. And then they go to you, the boss, and they'll say, hey boss, can you loan me $9,000? I got hurt on the weekend playing whatever. And the boss will say, sorry, I can't give you $9,000. So we help act as that 3-month, 6-month emergency fund that everybody's supposed to have that nobody we talk to has. Okay? So that's explaining the two policies that everybody gets. That's the accident policy and short-term disability. Now, but I know you have a bunch of computer programmers working here that probably aren't going to break their legs. This is how I like to explain the AFLAC concept. Okay? What I came to talk to you about today was our cancer policy.
Okay.
So if one of our clients gets, do you know your odds of getting cancer?
I know it's pretty steep. I would guess probably like 1 in 5, 1 in 6 maybe.
It's 1 in 2. 1 in 2
Oh,
men
really?
get cancer. Yep. 1 in 2 men get cancer. 1 in 3 women get cancer. So if one of our clients gets cancer, their first check is for $6,000. Okay. They get a check for $6,000. It's going to help them with that first month. If one of their kids gets cancer, their first check is for $12,000. And then if they do a radiation or chemotherapy treatment, they get another $3,000. Okay, so it helps them take care of their first couple months, knowing they just got cancer. If they do injected chemotherapy, they get $900 a week every time they go in for a treatment, and then it pays 30 other different ways. So if you went outside your house this morning, every other house is on fire, you'd probably make sure that you had some fire insurance.
Yeah.
So
Or move.
So that's how that, yeah, very good. That's how that policy works. And then our heart attack stroke plan, our critical care and recovery, works very similar. You have a heart attack, stroke, you get $5,000 first occurrence, and then it pays $300 a day in the hospital and pays a bunch of other different ways. So that's how I like to describe the policies that we offer. Those are our 4 most important policies that we offer. And very good.
Okay.
Cut.